Hello, everyone. Heather Holmes here with KTV Fox 2 News in the San Francisco Bay Area. And today we're going to be getting some cleaning tips from Kyle Ray. I really appreciate you being here, Kyle.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Obviously, cleaning is of the utmost importance amidst this pandemic. Let's talk first about what we do in our house.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's really important to be, actively cleaning the inside of your home, especially when you go outside of your home to the grocery store or anywhere else, and you're possibly bringing any kind of bacteria or viruses back to your home. You really want to pay attention to those high touch points.
And so you're talking about doorknobs, light switches, things like that?
Yeah, so the obvious ones like your doorknobs and light switches, but the not so obvious ones like the refrigerator door handle, the stove, dials on your range, anything that you're touching on a regular basis, especially right when you walk in the home from, being outside. So any kind of light switches. One other thing that we're telling people to make sure they're hitting is their mailbox. So you have, your mailman is coming and he's grabbing that and putting the mail in there, and then you're immediately going out to the mail to get it. So you always want to be careful about what you're grabbing and make sure that you're just disinfecting those kind of areas on a regular basis.
Yeah, and so should I be using a disinfectant wipe to clean everything?
Sure. So there's a lot of products that people have access to, whether you're ordering it online or you're going to your local grocery store. For disinfecting wipes, everything requires a certain amount of contact time for it to actually disinfect and kill any viruses. So disinfectant wipes take 4 minutes of constant wet contact time for it to completely disinfect the surface that you're wiping down. We did a time test on these, and one sheet lasts for about a minute and a half. So you'll need to use multiple sheets on various areas that you're cleaning for it to do its job properly.
Okay, so you're saying wipe it down, let it sit.
Yeah, contact time is the biggest factor here. Every product is different and has varying contact times from as low as 2 minutes all the way up to 10 minutes. The fastest virus killer that we've found on the market that's easily accessible is the Lysol multi-surface cleaner. That's a contact time of 2 minutes. Now, the only thing with that product is after you disinfect whatever the surface is, if it's a food contact surface, you have to then wipe it and clean it with water and soap if you're going to put food back on that surface. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and you mentioned when we come home, some other helpful tips are, be mindful of your shoes and your keys.
Yeah, your keys and your shoes for sure. We use the disinfecting wipes really for our keys and our cell phone. Especially the back of the cell phone where our hands are grabbing it most of the time, and then obviously where the mouthpiece is. That's what we use the wipes for. Your keys, you can obviously use disinfecting wipes, but we really try to use any kind of spray solution because it will stay wet for a longer period of time.
But also important to maybe leave those items close to the door.
Absolutely, yeah. If you start bringing them farther into your house, if you have a bowl set by your front door, just drop them off there and have that be the designated area for you to leave certain items like that.
Yeah. You mentioned a couple of products that you like. Any other products that you feel really do address the concerns of COVID-19?
Yeah, certainly. So there's 2 products that you can get on Amazon. We don't know of anywhere you can buy it locally, but one is called sporocidin and one is called vital oxide. So vital oxide is what we use when we go into a nursing home or assisted living facility and do disinfecting services. We're spraying vital oxide. So we can spray that on hard surfaces, soft surfaces, and it has a kill time of 5 minutes. And it also has a really high kill log count. So it's 99.9999. So that's why we use that product. And those are the 2 products that we really recommend people try to get their hands on.
Okay, so great tips about, cleaning the house and what we do once we get home. What about the car? What's the best way to disinfect it?
Yeah, the car is a hot spot, and people aren't really thinking about, you're touching your light switches, you're turning signals, the steering wheel, obviously, and the seat belts. Again, use the products that are available to you and make sure that you're reading the label to make sure that they can be used on soft surfaces. Not all products can be used on a cloth interior or something. So read the label, make sure that you can use it in there, and then go into your car and hit those high touch points, especially whenever you're going around town all day and doing stuff, and try to keep a small bottle of hand sanitizer in your car. That way, when you come back to your car from the store, you can just quickly use hand sanitizer on your hands. And if you want to keep wipes in there, you can. Just be aware that if you do leave car wipes in your car for a long period of time, it gets really hot and they can dry out.
Oh, good point. Good point. How often should we be cleaning the car?
So, you know, whenever you disinfect the area and it's completely been cleaned, if you bring a virus and back into that area, you just have to clean it. So we suggest that people just clean it often. And I'm not saying you have to do it every single time you go out, but if you feel like, you know, maybe you didn't have a mask that day or something and you want to be extra careful, then, you know, that's when we would say, go ahead and do it. But general rule of thumb, 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay, good to know. And then what about you know, when it comes to inside the house? Are those things that we should be doing daily if we leave the home and come back with groceries?
Yeah, you know, at least the high touch points like your countertops and your doorknobs, you know, just try to get those as often as you can. Again, it's different for every person. Some people are not going out as often, or they're getting everything delivered to their house. So if you're the type of person that's out a lot, you know, because you have to go to work, you're an essential worker, then we definitely would recommend trying to hit those areas as often as possible.
Okay, I know that you are CEO of Geek Window Cleaning. How is your business? And are people calling on you to get some more helpful hints, helpful tips to make sure that their home is safe during the pandemic?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been helping a lot of people around the United States know what products they have, you know, how to use them properly, which ones we recommend. But, you know, we're in Austin and Houston, and we are disinfecting restaurants, you know, assisted living facilities, you know, pretty much any place that may have a COVID scare, office buildings. We're also doing a lot of residential homes. And then people can call us and ask us, you know, if they have any questions about any of the stuff that we're talking about, we're happy to answer anything for them.
Talk a little bit about what you're doing to make sure that your employees are safe as they go into these businesses to disinfect.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really cautious about that. So, you know, obviously we're getting our employees tested as often as possible, at least once a month. We're taking a day off from work so we can go to the free testing facility and get tested. You know, whenever we do enter a place, if it has confirmed COVID cases, we're basically fully dressed in like a hazmat suit. So, but we're wearing masks, we're wearing gloves, we're getting temperature checks. And then, you know, the disinfectant that we use, vinyl oxide, is non-toxic. So we are spraying our hands that have gloves on them and our shoes with all of our shoe covers. And then we're going into the facility, disinfecting. And then when we leave, we strip everything off, put it into a bag, and it gets thrown away.
Right, right. Okay, a lot of precautions being taken by you there. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to give us all here at home some tips. Really appreciate it. That's Kyle Ray, founder and CEO of Geek Window Cleaning. Best to you and all of your workers, and everyone stay safe.
Thank you. My pleasure.